Okay, hello and welcome here into the full review, proper in-depth analysis on the Bumblebee movie. Okay, so before we start, let me just quickly tell you guys a quick story. Okay, so I have this like proper ability to understand any type of movie even before it comes out. I know if it's going to be good, if it's going to be bad. So I use this gift, I use this understanding, okay, to review films, visual text, books, okay, food, and that's what I'm doing here on this YouTube. I'm using this superpower that I have to do this type of stuff. Okay, so actually now to the actual story. Like before the Bumblebee movie came out, I saw the trailer, I analyzed it. My eyes told me the truth. They could just see the truth, like the Sharingan in Naruto. Okay, you can just see the truth, and then texted them about it, told them it was that, and this video is basically just to like kind of like prove my point. But if you want to follow my friend on Instagram, his link is in the description below. Very handsome young dude. Yeah, very good. Good Instagram. This video will tell you exactly why Bumblebee movie is not a solid movie. So in this movie, we're going to do three things. One, we're going to do a trailer analysis and then confirm why it wasn't going to be a good movie. So maybe some of you guys can kind of grasp this insight. And then two, we're going to do a quick recap of the entire movie as an entirety, okay? And then three, we're then going to do a movie analysis to then look specifically at this movie as to why it was not hitting the mark. It was not hitting the mark at all. Let's begin.
I'm Charlie Watson. I'm 18. Today, actually. Is the Beetle for sale?
It's yours, kid. Happy birthday.
Oh my God. What are you?
So you have no idea where he came from?
No idea.
Well,
Here's the deal. People can be terrible about things they don't understand. From now on, the only person you can show yourself around is me. Oh, I'm good. No, I'm good, thanks.
There's a war raging on our planet. If this criminal isn't found, that war may find its way here.
Is there anyone that can help you? Do you have a family? Oh, who but me?
They're calling an army.
I've seen firsthand, these things really are.
Bumblebee, there is only one way to end this war. You must protect Earth and its people.
Take it down!
My back, me! This is how we stop them. You've got me. And I'm not going anywhere. God, I'm so screwed.
So this trailer as we both just watched, doesn't emphasize how Charlie as a character, how she as a character grows. It looks cool. It's fine. It does look cool, and that's basically the whole analysis. It doesn't emphasize Charlie as a character and just looks cool. And in these type of trailers, you kind of get the understanding that without a proper understanding of character without the proper ways with which to tickle and stimulate your mind to think in new ways. This trailer is not doing much. This trailer is not doing much at all. Not doing much at all. Trust me. Okay? So, yeah, of course, like in the future, I do like more in-depth analysis on trailers, but like that trailer can really be summed up in two statements. Character is not good, and literally just focusing on cool stuff, and that's what that movie is going to be all about. And without having a proper themes to be represented, okay, in the trailer, that's not really usually translated into the movie as a whole, because the trailer is supposed to highlight the best parts of the movie, and if the movie itself does not have good themes represented within it, then they're not going to put that into the movie as we can see. And without that, with the absence of that, you can be quite sure that will be absent in the movie itself. Okay, this works like a good amount of the time, and usually if there's good things within the actual movie itself, that is then expressed in the trailer. Well, in the trailer. Okay, I mean, like, there's even been situations that I've had that I've looked at the poster for a movie, not even the trailer, okay, and I thought it might not be too good. One of my friends actually said that the movie will be actually good. And I think I might have looked at the trailer, watched the movie, and that movie was, even though it wasn't too highly rated, it was quite an enjoyable watch. It had a lot of themes, a lot of things to think about, a lot of concepts that was really introduced in that movie, and that's what makes a movie last and just be beautiful. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to focus on here in this series, is the science of watching movies. It's not just, you don't just watch a movie for fun. I have to watch it properly. I take watching movies very, very seriously. So let's recap the movie, okay? So basically, like in the start, my man Bumblebee, he comes to Earth, he crash lands, and all they're doing is some nice, good military training. Yeah, which is pretty cool. We get to see a little bit about John Cena's character, and then the other black guy, which we don't see again for the duration of the movie. I'm a little bit disappointed, but yeah. So then Mr. B escapes, and then somehow escapes and becomes a car, which then later on, probably, we don't know if it's the same day, like, we're not even given too much about time references. In the movie I watched, okay, because like maybe the Chinese hard coding, but in the movie I watched, we weren't given too much about time references between when B was kind of like hurt and injured and when he was recovered by Charlie, which I think is quite an important thing to actually know about. But that wasn't really emphasized. Anyway, B got quite damaged. He was recovered by Charlie, and then and then when Charlie is like recovering him, she kind of sends like a distress signal at the exact same time. Some other boy on another planet is getting killed. He receives it. The Decepticons like then act upon that. Bagaboom! They come to Earth, meet up with the military. They're not fully trusting them, the Decepticons, and they're not fully trusting the Decepticons. And then Cena's like, nah, man, we can't do this. The other guy's like, yeah, we got this. We can. This is nice, good alien life. Anyway, so obviously you can't trust the Decepticons. Like Cena's like, it's in their name, Decepticons. Like, all right, how are we fooled? How are we fooled? How are we fooled? And you know, like it looks like Bees actually lost a good amount of his memory. So then Charlie helps him out. This becomes good tight friends. And then there's another guy, Memo. Hopefully I'm not like mispronouncing this. Hopefully it's not Lemo. I'm pretty sure it's Memo. Okay, but it doesn't matter. It's a nice, cool black guy. Tries to be a nerd. It's not really fully emphasized like why he's a nerd. It's just like a slightly a little bit awkward. We don't even know his history with Charlie. I mean, like Charlie's the same age. You know, we'll get into this later on. Okay, we'll get into this later on because I have some really big concerns about Charlie and what she's doing. It's probably summer break. Okay, because we weren't giving a good type of expose into Charlie's beef with some of the other girls. What looks like Charlie's crush on one of the guys, and yeah, I was like, yeah, it was without this type of character development, you're quite lacking inside of a movie, because your movie can be pretty much. I know I'm digressing here, but like your movie can be pretty much empty once you delve into the the reasons between why your characters behave like that. You're then delving into the realm of human mind, human thinking, behavior. Once you represent that in any type of text, your text just comes to the next level. No matter how mundane the actual progression is. Okay, let's say someone's literally just going to the what's it called, to the mall to buy some bread, to buy some milk. Okay, if you then look at why is this guy going to buy some milk? Okay, what does the milk represent to him? What is he going through at home? Who is this guy? Let us know more about this type of person, okay? And then we understand that even if it's like an 8-minute journey, understand what's going inside of his head, because all of us here are human and we want to relate with each other more. Once you can make this character represent their own self more, we don't have to relate to them, but once you represent them more, inevitably we will try to put ourselves in their shoe. We will try to relate with them because they're a character, they're a representation of something. When we understand what they represent, what they think, what they do, any type of story you can tell, once you put those type of human elements into it, you will draw the what is necessary to tickle someone's mind. Okay, and representing those things, you want to make us to really understand the way we all think. There was a very, very beautiful beautiful real-time movie that I watched a while ago. It was literally a 2-hour conversation of a man and a woman. Literally, they just walked around the house and then just talked for like 2 hours. Like that was literally just it. Okay, it was very, very beautiful because you got to understand the depth of both characters. That was literally the story. Okay, man, woman, in-house talk. That was literally the story. Let me quickly find the name of that movie.
Disrupt and destroy anything associated with this weapons project. The Origin Tower is what protects Cetus from Grenier. We can't give them the opportunity to attack it. You've reached the location. Clear out any nearby hostiles.
Those devices draw energy from bomb ballists. Make use of them.
The name of the movie is called Some Velvet Morning. Okay, not a fully hugely highly rated movie, but that movie did represent characters in a completely different way, and it made you think. Once you can get your audience to start thinking in different ways, not just watch and observe and watch, you want to stimulate their minds into thinking. That is what you want to do every single time you tell any type of story. Okay, you want to stimulate the mind into thinking. You want to stimulate each part of the human characteristics. Okay, once you can do that, tell a good story. This, again, this Bumble movie was not telling a good story. It was just telling a random ass story. Okay, it was telling a random story. It had some cool scenes, some cool fight scenes, some cool effects, but even when it came to the final part of understanding Charlie's parents, understanding Charlie herself, understanding everything about Charlie. It was a big gap. It was a big gap that just felt like some floppy goop that was trying to hold itself together, and they were slowly bringing down the temperature so they can kind of like form it well before everything heats up and they just scrutinize the goop. Yeah, and there was a nice analogy. Anyway, so then after like the Decepticons come and the military come, and then Bumblebee somehow plugs himself into a wall, gets like a couple energons of energy. Okay, by the way, energon is a unit of measurement of energy, not an energy type that was explicitly mentioned inside of this movie. Okay, I know probably in other places energon is a type of energy, but what's it called? Now, in this movie, energon is a unit measurement of energy. Plus, also another thing is that if you guys know anything about energy, energy can be converted. So if it really even was an energy type, you can still convert it into another type. So I know there was some arguments about people saying that energon isn't electricity. I'm just like, maybe like he just took the electricity, converted it into energon, has like an electricity to energon converter, and then he uses it. But that wasn't the case here. He just took the electricity straight up. Okay, and just took an energon of electricity, a couple energons, maybe. We don't know, maybe one energon, and then took it. We don't know if he has an energon to whatever converter. But the point is like just getting this across. There's all these nerds out there. Okay, back to the main point. After they find the boy, they cap him. They cap the boy. They try to understand more about the boy, and then Charlie, thinking that she can help out, she kind of just goes in. She kind of does help out, man, because then B breaks out. They're getting lemo. They also in the process they also observe. They also observe the Decepticons kill one of the bad guys. Okay, so B breaks out, finds the military, and all that type of stuff. Later on, they then try to go stop the Decepticons' plan. They succeed in stopping the Decepticons' plans, and then B says his goodbyes to Charlie. She finished building a car, like I mean, and all that. All that is good. Like that's the general gist, and yeah, you see B's character improvement. We're not even Bumblebee. We don't. The way that they express his character is not done in a proper way that allows us to completely relate with and understand him, as opposed to how we see him in the first Transformers. He had a proper good personality of his own. I mean, now he's more like a child, and this one would be probably because of that memory wipe or whatever. But yeah, but that's not the focus. My focus here is on other stuff and representing this movie and all that type of stuff. So yeah. So before I completely trash this movie, let me just say some of the stuff that I quite like about the movie. Okay, because the movie is a complete trash movie. Don't forget this. Okay, let me explain. Okay, let's start looking at this movie like at the surface. It was a good watch. It had a good amount of action, had some nice explosions. It was good, some nice fighting scenes and all that type of stuff. Some good humor here and there. And the protagonist was all right. It had an okayish ending as well. Okay, she even has a job. She even has a job, and she's hardworking. I mean, if you want to say anything about Charlie, she's hardworking. She's hardworking. Okay, one of my favorite scenes is this one right here.
It's yours, kid. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And my toilets are gorgeous.
I just like how it just shows how good and how hardworking she is. So where does this all fall short? It's a basic movie. This movie falls short because it fails to challenge the viewer into new ways of thinking in any capacity. It has a weak female lead without any adequate drive or ambition for the long run. Every character in the movie did not have any element characteristically that drew you towards them. Drive, cause, passion, vision, even Memo. And I like Memo. Okay, my uncle's name is Memo. What was even worse was that the protagonist didn't have these traits. Okay? I mean, the film did have a coherent storyline, progression, with little to minimum plot holes. I'm saying little to minimum plot holes because maybe not every text is completely plot hole free, but I didn't spot any, which either shows how good it is or how bad I am at spotting plot holes. But I believe to my best of my ability that this movie in and of itself did not carry in it any inconsistencies in its own universe, which I think is a good point up to it, because you can't be carrying inconsistencies. Like, I think that's the most rubbish thing you want to be doing. You create your own world and you inconsistent with its rules. Like, no, don't do that. Okay, and but for all intents and purposes, like, the storyline was sound. But back to Charlie. Okay, so she was weak. One thing I don't like is weak characters. One thing, it's not like she even becomes stronger in the progression. No, she stays weak for the duration of that whole movie. And I'll show it to you guys. I was disappointed. I mean, it's fine someone being weak and useless at the beginning, but then stay weak and useless for the duration of the movie. When it comes to good female leads, let me tell you what a good female lead is. Samus, Wrath, okay, from Samus from Metroid Other M, Wrath from Darksiders. Like, Samus she was badass from the start to the end. You don't mess with Samus at all, man. And you got to see the soft, weak side of Samus within the strong part of Samus. Like, man, I'd rock with Samus, because Samus is someone that, like, Samus is a G. Okay? She was solid from the start to the beginning. Like, when I played Metroid Other M, Samus is a G. Like, that character, you see so much about her life, what she thinks, what she does, and exactly all of that. You don't want to mess with Samus in any capacity, even without the suit. I'm pretty sure she's got some good H2H, some good hand-to-hand combat. Don't mess with Samus. I mean, I'm probably not seeing the hand-to-hand combat but don't mess with Samus. I wouldn't mess with Samus. Like, she's good. Then we have Wrath from Darksiders 3. I quite like this character. I just like her because she literally has a pure amount of strength, like, physically. Like, she's got a lot of power. Again, as you see the progression, she's just got a ton of power. Character-wise, in the beginning, she had a very, very terrible character. I'm just like, yo, man, like, didn't you guys see Darksiders 2? Darksiders 2 was really good. Like, Jess was really, really badass and had a solid-ass character. Why are you giving us Wrath, who's decently badass and doesn't have a mature character? They correct that. Because it was part of the plan. We see Wrath character progression to become more mature, because as she was, it was basically just like her as I watched like a good, nice playthrough of the game. But as it was in the beginning, she just was acting as like just the youngest character who was immature and just wanted power. But then we see her make good, mature, logical decisions as the storyline progresses. I'm just like, wow, Wrath, my girl, you're growing up, eh? You're growing up. Good job. And her older brothers are like, proud of you. Because Strife was just there watching. Strife was there watching from this. Strife was just there watching from the beginning. And then just like, I am here now. Bagaboo. Pa, 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 Yeah, I mean, if you want to look at good female characters and good leads, chuck a look at Samus, chuck a look at Wrath. Thumbs up. Okay, so she didn't have any good strong traits. She was weak. She was basically spineless. Okay, and when she didn't literally have no spine, she didn't have any characteral like integrity like of her own self. Okay, like it's one thing to be a weak character, and then to like even further your weakness is you cannot even kind of like stand up for kind of like what yourself, or even kind of fully know what you believe in, like, you know, yeah. She was not a character I wanted to get behind. Okay? To show my point of why this movie was a bad movie, let's start with the comparison of the introductions. Okay, both start with the intro of Cybertron, but the older one gives you more to think about in the Cybertron part. It just challenges you better. Okay, with the way it portrays its intro. Okay, now I also want you guys to check out a character comparison of the introduction characters, okay? Because what I want you guys to see is that good characters compel the viewer to adopt higher orders of thinking. Let's look at the BumbleBee movie and its intro and this introduction comparison.
Okay, I'm dead already, man.
Oh, not just you. Being the overachiever that you are, you managed to get your whole squad killed, Danny. Bravo.
Come on, man, those things sting.
What things? These things?
Ow!
You know, I wouldn't know. I haven't been hit yet.
Oh, okay, you know what? That's too close, man. You could have taken out an eye. I got a date tonight, man. This ain't sexy.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Ow!
That one was on me. That's a malfunctioning trigger. This weapon is just faulty. Someone is going to get a talking to when
Stop! All right, just stop. Oh, I should have let you die, Grenada.
If you did, you wouldn't be able to come to the forest, run around and play these awesome games.
Exactly.
Oh, I hate you. Wow, man. That hurts. Because I love you. But you refuse to let it in because you got intimacy issues. The therapist will probably tell you weren't hugging back as a kid.
Look, man.
Danny, I know I look stupid.
Take cover!
Danny. You okay?
This is Agent Jack Burns. I need medical up here now. We have a projectile strike in the northwest corner of the training course. Multiple injuries. And would someone please explain to me why you dropped napalm on your own guys?
Negative.
So these characters in the BumbleBee movie, they don't display much character. I mean, literally, just put it simply, like the character is quite hollow and empty. I mean, we just have this guy just shooting his friend as a point of as humor, and we're not like kind of take it. I mean, like kind of taking it back to the extent with which he kind of goes for this, and kind of holds up his character under extra scrutiny as to who exactly this guy is. I mean, we see other elements of this character throughout the movie, and don't get me wrong, I quite like John Cena's character, but like in that introduction, if you also look at the introduction getting drawn in, it was not a prop. It was not the best way you can adequately represent this character. Okay, I mean, if you want to use humor, you want to do it the way that one of the ways that was done successfully is the way that the first Transformers movie did it. Okay, and it's very, very evident of how much better the first movie is once we just compare the two scenes.
But we were already too late.
Oh God, 5 months of this? Can't wait to get a little taste of home. Plate of mama's alligators etouffee.
You've been talking about barbecue gators and crickets for the last 2 weeks. I'm never going to your mama's house, Fig. I promise.
But
I'm not going to your mama's house.
Gators are known to have the most succulent meat.
I understand.
Con un poquito de arroz con habichuela y unos tostoncitos por el lado.
English, please.
English. I mean, how many times we don't speak Spanish? I told
Why
you
you gotta ruin it for me, man? That's my heritage. Siempre me estás jodiendo por la misma mierda. De que...
Go with the Spanish, whatever.
Hey, you guys remember weekends? Huh? The Sox at Fenway, cold hot dog and a flat beer.
Perfect day. What about you, Captain? You got a perfect day?
Man, I just can't wait to hold my baby girl for the first time.
Oh, you don't. I gotta shut up.
So that's actually one point. So you see, that is actually one reason why the Bumble movie was even got up to the wrong foot, because its introduction was whack. Okay, it couldn't even put its best foot forward in the introduction scene, and that's not a good sign when you're watching a movie and then you see the first thing. It's not good. If we take a look at Black Panther, for example. Okay, once you get this story, it just touches. Black Panther, its focus was identity. Identity is very, 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 very important. Okay? When I was watching this Black Panther movie in the cinemas, I was highlighting the person next to me on my right. Yo, man, look at this. Identity. Okay, especially when T'Challa was fighting Killmonger. Identity was a huge part of Black Panther, and that is what made Black Panther to be quite a solid movie that it has, because of the way it made you think and look at the different ramifications of identity, how these different characters express themselves because of the identity that they have developed over time. Okay, and also because of their belief system, expressing themselves, coinciding with the identity like that. Once you understand more about psychology, you understand how the ego and the super ego and the ID, they all come together, and then just boom, they just form part of someone's psyche. This was really, really expressed very, very well in Black Panther. Okay, because it was basically one of the focuses. Okay. Black Panther. This was not present at all inside of this Bumblebee movie. This was expressed in the original Transformers movie, because we see Sam being able to express himself with the identity that he's being able to have developed through his father, through his history, through his grandfather. All of these things coming together to shape exactly who this man as a character is. His belief, his drive, his vision. I'll get into more of those stuff later, but all these stuff are quite important to understand exactly why the Bumblebee movie did not live up to its potential. Okay, so just comparing those themes of both movies, it's evident that I'll make it evident that Bumblebee movie did not really make it too well. Let's look at Sam's character in the original Transformers movie, the first one. Okay, he had a drive, he had passion, he had plans. Okay, He had plans for himself. He had long-term plans, long goal plans. Yeah, and in this movie throughout, we begin to understand more and more about the larger implications of the events that take place in the original Transformers movie. We exactly see how each of these events affect the military how exactly all the events happen inside these Transformers movie affects so many people on a multi-dimensional level, not just superficially, not just physically, but also emotionally. Their family, their situation on ground, the situation at home, the situation in the U.S., the situation in the base. It shows how all these stuff are just crossing into each other like this, okay? Crossing into each other, all the way intertwining like this, and that's once it just shows the complexity interwoven. Like, it doesn't need to be complex. I mean, like, actually, a complex is just like once it just shows the complexity of it interwoven like this. It kind of just makes an atmosphere of where good ideas, themes, and dynamics can just grow and sprout and form a good way of thinking. Bumblebee movie did not do that in any capacity, and what I especially liked is how it affected the military man on a multi-dimensional scale. In the sense that we do not only see how it affects them presently, but also how the events affect their mission in the long run, their future missions, their family, how it affects these effects also expose other aspects of the characters in these men. Okay, because every person, every character, you want every human character to also behave humanly. So once these men are put into these events, the characters then start to become multifaceted, and you can then see the other aspects of these characters, which shows how holistic the character really, really was. Beautiful. This is seen to a very little extent in the Bumblebee movie. Most scenes in the Transformers movie that had people in it were quickly and very, very easily drawn into a realm to be able to relate with the characters on some level, okay, and the story that was being told. The Bumblebee movie does not do the same thing, and is therefore, in essence, a watered-down version of a better movie. Let me show you an example, okay, by comparing two scenes that have a comical effect.
Sweetheart, what are you doing out here by yourself? Holy cow, what happened to the pool?
That there was the original Transformers movie. Its own comical effect. It had plenty. Keep that one in mind. And now, look at this one.
A divorce, Roy! Come on, Amber, give me one good reason. You tried to sleep with my sister! Unsuccessfully? Yeah, you're unsuccessful at everything. That down payment was for a house. You bought a car. How stupid are you, Roy? We don't need a car. God! Now just settle down for 1 second and just hear me out. What the hell is that? What? God, Roy, that thing is coming right for us! No.
I didn't choose the best comical scene from the original movie in order to show how much truly the Bumblebee movie cannot hold a candle to the original Transformers movie. Okay, I literally tried to choose like the best, funniest scene from the Bumblebee movie. It was quite lacking in its comicality, and what it tried to do, it failed at it. It was disappointing. So from the Bumblebee movie one, okay, from the Bumblebee comical scene, we understand that the man does not truly care about the woman. Yeah. Doesn't really care about the woman he's with. They use that element of absurdity for entertainment, which is all good. This also sheds some light on the dynamics of the relationship, and that's also good. Okay, yeah, nothing wrong about that. There's nothing wrong about that. Just that the first Transformers movie does its own comical effects better. Yeah. In the scene I showed you from Transformers 1, we see a little girl and her parents faced with a similar situation of the aliens have come. Okay. However, this scenario brings forth the best elements in these three characters beautifully, allowing you to relate with all of them on any level because of the character integrity of these individuals. When I say character integrity, I mean the consistency of the characters. Okay, no, I don't mean the character having integrity. I mean the consistency of that character. Okay, you got to keep that. You got to keep the characteristical integrity of that character consistent. Are you guys still following? Let's look further. Let's actually deeper analysis. The child is out alone, presumably to go to the bathroom because it's late at night, and she has a pink teddy bear. So that's what I'm drawing the conclusion. And she probably goes outside because she sees some bright light and just like, wow, that's pretty cool. So she goes outside, and then Jazz crashes. She then sees Jazz, and she then asks if he's a true fairy, which he obviously isn't. So this capitalizes on the absurdity of the situation by completely exposing her childlike ignorance and naivete. What brings the scene home is the presence of the loving parents who at least care somewhat about their child. I assume they would have immediately woken up when Jazz landed, and it's just like, wow, something happened. Our children, okay? And they searched the whole house first of all before heading outside. So after checking the whole house and coming outside, we then see the concern that he has for his child, and also for his pool as well, which was used as another additional comical effect. But we can see through the actions of this guy that he was a good father. The mother was good. Late at night, both coming outside for the child at this type of thing, explosions, rocks falling down from the sky. You can respect the parents. You can vouch for the child. You can vouch for the parents. Okay, a good comical scene where like everybody wins. And done well. Okay, this is even not even one of the best comical scenes of Transformers movie. There's far better ones that completely crush the Bumblebee movie. Yeah, but both of these scenes I just showed you, what they try to do is they try to capitalize on the absurdity of the situation and the dynamics of that situation through something that they've constructed in order to generate humor and to advance the storyline further. One was done well, one wasn't done too well. Okay, this scene alone from the original Transformers movie was able to stimulate the viewer's mind in a much better and advanced ways than the scenes in the Bumblebee movie, simply because it made you analyze that situation much more. Okay. This scene does things much better in the Bumblebee movie, which fails to encapsulate even basic ways of thinking or even modus operandi that is apparent in higher orders of thinking. By failing to do so, they have made this movie easily forgettable. Let me make this plain. A good movie must have within it higher orders of thinking as well as basic levels of thinking. Without one or the other, it simply fails to fully express itself in the best and most constructive way possible to appeal to the audience in the best way. Okay? Once you combine those two, anyone who watches it, they can fully enjoy it. That's why you have, once you look at the style and the ways of old cartoons, they have a level of humor, a targeted at children. Another level of humor that is there for the adults. And once you basically kind of have to watch it once as a child, once as an adult, and then the adult, because of his high level of thinking, he can understand both levels. And unless the child has been able to adopt a high level of thinking, they can understand both levels. So once you have those type of things, you can then have it kind of moving its way like that. That's why classics like Tom and Jerry, they lasted for so long because of the way that they completely express themselves in the different ways. The different levels of humor was beautiful. Once you analyze those things, once you see why it works, why that type of cartoon lasted for so long, appealed to children and adults alike, because it appealed to children and adults alike because of the ways that it just did its humor. Beautiful. Yeah, and then like this higher order of thinking is also the reason why you no longer watch kids shows, and this is also the same reason why shows which appeal to kids can also appeal to adults, and also the same reason why adult shows don't appeal to kids. This is also one of the reasons why people will revisit and watch a kids show again or a movie again, because of the orders of thinking. There's so much in depth I can go into, but now let's just look at some scenes I just handpicked from the Transformers movies, and while you watch them, ask yourself, does the Bumblebee movie have this much funny scenes and character depth? You decide. Here's a scene where Sam's parents found Michaela in his room, having obvious implications.
Hi, I'm Michaela. I'm a friend of Sam's.
Gosh, you're gorgeous.
Oh, she can hear you talking, Mom.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry you had to hear our little family discussion.
Sorry that
about
we're
it.
bugging. My backpack, Mom.
Come on, honey, let's go. It's in the kitchen.
Here's a scene. Here's the FBI scene.
FBI, open up!
Breaking that reminds me of this scene.
There's a message embedded in the signal. Let me work my magic.
Project Iceman.
What's Sector 7?
Who's Captain Witwicky?
Shh.
Are you playing those video games again?
FBI, clear right! Lock it down, lock it down! Lock it down! Wait! I'm just a cousin! Get off my grandmama's carpet! She don't like nobody on the carpet, especially police!
It was actually really fun following this guy. Here's another scene with this guy.
You want that piece? Okay, Maggie, look. Let me break it down to you how it's gonna happen. They're gonna come through that door and be good cop, bad cop. Don't fall for that, all right? That's why I ate their food. So they put the plate of donuts out here to test your guilt. If you don't touch it, you're guilty. I ate the whole plate. The whole plate. Okay? It's me and you. They walk through that door, you don't say nothing.
She did it! She did it! She's the one you want! All right, I was just sitting at home watching cartoons, playing video games with my cousin, and she came in there.
Glenn,
all right?
you're free.
Hey, I am not going to jail for you or anybody else. I have done nothing bad my entire life. Hey, man, I'm still a virgin. Okay, so what? I downloaded a couple of thousand songs off the internet. Who hasn't? Who hasn't? I
Glenn,
promise.
shut up.
No, you shut up. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me, criminal.
Oh, Sugar Rush.
This is not his fault.
See, so can I go home now? Oh, okay.
But just listen to me. Okay, whoever hacked into your military system downloaded a file, all right? It was something about...
And, okay, now I'll ask you to do the comparison yourself with the scenes I've showed you to what has been expressed in the Bumblebee movie, and ask yourself, which one's better? They both want a car. They're both about the same age, and they're both trying to be independent. Charlie, she has no plans or ambitions, the long game that I can see anywhere in the movie at all. She has nothing like that within her. So, and that's kind of making herself weak. She's just making herself more of a weaker character. So like at her worst, she's weak, and like at her best, she's a kind of mediocre, no visionary. Yeah, not too good. She can't really hold herself to the same level as Sam. Because we get vision and visionary things from Sam and his movie.
Say a solid B-.
A B-?
You were hawking your great-grandfather's crap in my classroom.
Kids enjoy. Look, can you do me a favor? Can you look out the window for a second? You see my father? He's the guy in the green car. Okay, I want to tell you about a dream, a boy's dream, and a man's promise to that boy. He looked at me in the eye. He said, "Son, I'm going to buy you a car, but I want you to bring me $2,000 and 3 A's." Okay? I got the 2,000 and I got 2 A's. Okay? Here's the dream. Your B-, dream gone. Kaput. Sir, just ask yourself, what would Jesus do? Yes!
So?
A-.
See, while we have no sacrifice, no victory from Sam and his family, a Bumblebee movie holds no such motto or concept or something that can serve as a vehicle of ideologies. This is critical. Okay? This is critical. The absence of this in the Bumblebee movie brings it down a whole lot, because now it really doesn't have ways, just remove ways of thinking. This sentence, no sacrifice, no victory. These words can carry you. Okay, like even like motivation, hard work, endurance. When you're going through something, no sacrifice, no victory. No sacrifice, no victory. If you're not willing to put in the sacrifice to make sure that you express yourself to the best that you can, if you're not willing to put in the sacrifice to reach where you want to reach, if you're not willing to put in the hard work, the pain, go through everything, if you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to sacrifice, you will not have the victory. I didn't even need to explain that. It was very self-evident in itself. No sacrifice, no victory. No such thing is ever expressed in the Bumblebee movie. I was thoroughly disappointed. One of the hallmarks of great characters is how they address challenges. Here's how Charlie addresses challenges.
Okay. Let's just go.
Where are you going, sweetie?
What happened out there? That was your big moment to look cool.
What's your damage, Tina?
Is that the churro guy? Where's your hairnet, dude?
It's in the garbage, Einstein. You throw them away after each use. For sanitary purposes, obviously.
This car is an embarrassment.
You should have your dad buy you a better one.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
You okay?
Yes, Sam.
Dude, are you sure we're invited to this party? Of course, Miles. It's a lake. Public property. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude, Michaela's here. Just don't do anything weird, all right? I'm good, right?
Hey guys, check it out. Hey bro, that car, it's nice. Hey. So what are you guys doing here?
We're here to climb this tree.
I see that. It looks fun.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought I recognized you. You tried out for the football team last year, right?
Let's go call your mom. Oh, no. That wasn't like a real tryout. I was researching a book I was writing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it about? Sucking at sports?
No, it's about the link between brain damage and football. No, it's a good book. Your friends will love it, you know. It's got mazes in it and, you know, little coloring areas, sections, pop-up pictures. It's a lot of fun.
That's funny.
Okay. You know what? Stop.
It's so obvious to see how weak-willed and easily influenced she is in her scene. And even in the entirety of the movie. This completely contrasts with Sam. Like, he actually went straight into the challenge. Like, it literally was the same situation. Like, both a party, both, like, away somewhere. Sam went there full frontal. Charlie went there accidentally. Okay? So, like, he went straight into the challenge and did what he could. And that is good, and that is admirable, and that is strong, and that is proper. And that is a character that you can back up behind. Okay? Like, Charlie, she's just running away. Like, she was completely weak as a character. Weak. The strength of her character was very, very questionable in that scene. It was very, 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 very questionable. I am like, this retardation is to another level. Okay, and I'm using that word retardation as an impediment. She was the impediment that she was posing was to another level. I was very, very, in fact, I don't know, like, I was surprised but not surprised. I was disappointed but not disappointed at the same time, but because I'm like, I expected this at the same time. I didn't expect this. Yeah, it's not too good though. And like, to top it all off, we never see her character truly evolve. But we see that on Sam's character. Okay, like constant evolution. Every time he meets a challenge, he evolves, meets up to challenges, rise, conquer, new challenge, meets up to it, rise, conquer, new challenge, rise, conquer. That's what he does every single time. Rise, conquer. Sam, even that whole revenge idea that came, like, so in the there's no other way to put it. Like, she was just weak, thorough, and thorough. Let me actually just finish that thought. Even that revenge idea that came across. So in the midst, when that challenge was there, you did not have the strength. You didn't have the strength of character to express yourself. But only after. Lacking in strength of character. And even, don't you have better stuff to do? You have like a huge machine alien over here. You should be figuring out how it works instead of using it for some low-level petty stuff, man. Like, yeah, you got better stuff to be doing with your time. And this is just one of the many reasons why the original Transformers movie was a far better movie than this BumbleBee movie, and that's why the BumbleBee movie was quite bad. Okay, like I wanted to show you guys how bad the BumbleBee movie was, so that's why I got like a good movie to compare it to just show you how really bad it is. Okay, because if I just trash the movie, you guys would be like, what about this, and this, and this? But then once you just see how good movie is supposed to be compared to this movie, you see that what they gave us was actually rubbish. Yeah, they did give you rubbish. Okay, notable scenes. Okay, 10 minutes and 10 seconds in, when Bumblebee loses his voice matches in the 1 hour and 3 minutes and 58 seconds in the original movie when they're talking about like fixing his voice. Secondly, in this progressive culture that we're in, okay, it's never fine for a man to hit a woman without a valid reason. Okay, even with a valid reason, like I feel a little bit. However, we see Charlie's mom landing a few blows on her husband while he was driving without any type of valid reason other than he was kind of putting their son in danger in the back seat. Other than she just wanted to hit him basically as well. Okay, that's not a good portrayal of character, especially in this progressive culture that we're in. To me, I don't really care, but I think that this type of stuff needs to be highlighted. And violence against men, like this type of stuff, needs to be completely removed. Like I was just very, very saddened. Like, what the flip? Like, why would you do that? Can't you just be mature? Like, I mean, just point of contact. Like, guys, if a girl ever hits you randomly like this type of stuff, just and bounce, bounce, man, bounce ASAP. That's rubbish right there. That's rubbish. It's rubbish and abuse. Okay, but I quite like Agent Burns and yeah, John Cena's character. It was cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool because I'm pretty sure John Cena is ex-military. See, and another notable thing is again I talked about thing I talked about earlier about Charlie and her schooling. We don't really see much about the dynamics and how she relates with the characters at all, and that was quite a huge oversight. Right? That needs to be addressed. Yeah, I really could have gone into much more depth and detail into comparing these movies and really telling us why the Bumblebee movie was not too much of a good movie. And lastly, if you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe, okay, and stay safe, stay on the journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, bye-bye.